Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boxing Unlimited, and we're here again to talk about the fight between Bivol and Beterbiev. What we're saying in this column, in this video, is who is better between both of them. We're going to tell you that in no particular order. The questions we're going to ask first is fatigue going to be a problem for Beterbiev after he's been out, or age going to be a problem? Well, he's close to 39, but we've seen over the days and over the years that this guy defies age. It has nothing to do with him, and I never believed that age was the problem. At the time Muhammad Ali fought Leon Spinks in 1978, he was 36 years, and he was still fighting. He fought till he was 40. So we've seen Bernard Hopkins, the executioner, aka the alien. We see him fight till he was about 50. So I don't think he's all discipline. I don't think age is going to be a problem. For Bivol to win this fight, he has to be movement, work rate, and those are the two keys to victory. Well, can he beat Beterbiev? A lot of people have written Bivol out. They said Beterbiev is going to blast him out, in some few rounds, and what have you. But to be honest with you, boxing is not like that. We've always said in this channel that styles pay the bill. Styles makes fight, and one punch can change the whole complexion of the fight. Having said that, we also have to say that it's important that Bivol fights in a certain way. If Bivol comes out there and fights timid, hanging up in the front of Beterbiev, not moving around, not frustrating Beterbiev with his movement, with his fast hands, and with his combinations, he loses this fight by a knockout, even before the end of the five rounds. But because Beterbiev is a monster. We are calling him the monster from the east, not for nothing. This guy will wreck you out, but depends on how you approach the fight. We've seen fight in and out. We've seen how to fight people who are very explosive and hard-punching people. We saw Muhammad Ali do that in 1974 against George Foreman. Everybody thought Muhammad Ali was going to be finished. He's going to be taken away. He's going to be knocked out, just like he did against Ken Norton. Ken Norton, he knocked him out in Venezuela in round 2. Joe Frazier, George Foreman knocked out in round 3. He was already 5 times down, 5 times before the end of the 3rd round, and there was nothing left for him. Even George Bivol, who Muhammad Ali proclaimed that he had had a jaw in the history of his fight for all the people he fought. George Bivol was knocked out by Foreman in round 6. So you see all these things, but when he met Muhammad Ali in 1974, we saw the style. That's what we say today, and we're proud to say it, and bold to say that styles make fight happen. They change the fight. There is anything, the power that Beterbiev possesses could be cushioned and diffused by Bivol. We've seen Bivol do that before. We've seen him against Canelo Alvarez, and we saw the way he operated. Because his combination and his fight stance and his movement is a worry for anybody. Anybody that is fighting him will have to worry first about his movement, his combination, his fight stance, and he's got a very good chin. We saw what happened against Joe Smith, when Joe Smith decked him in the final round, in the end of at the bell. In fact, it was at the bell, or even after the bell. He decked him. We saw what happened. He overcame it. So he has seen adversity a couple of times, and he has adapted to it. So that is the whole principles of this fight. That is why I keep saying that if any person can beat Beterbiev, who is a monster from the east, it is Bivol. Because Bivol has something that other boxers that we face do not have. The movement, the accuracy of punches, the combinations, the work rate. You can see Bivol in his last round against Joe Smith, he was almost going to knock him out, even after being decked in the 3rd round. So this guy is disciplined. because most of the fighters who Beterbiev fights has already lost before they come into the ring. It was, let me use Mike Tyson as an example to this. When he was beating up everybody from 19, after winning the title at the age of 20, everybody that came against him, one blow, sometimes it's just a flashy blow, they didn't land flush, but they go out because they already lost even before, psychologically, before they come into the ring. But we saw what happened against when he fought, wanted to unify the title against Bone Crusher Smith, James Bone Crusher Smith. Bone Crusher took him to another level. He was even tired. If the fight would have gone 3 more rounds or 2 more rounds, Bone Crusher Smith would have knocked Tyson out then. I think it was in 1988 or thereabout, when he was unifying all the belts before he became the undisputed champion. The guy who gave him the toughest match was Bone Crusher Smith. And then they went on points on 15 rounds, and Mike Tyson won. So the same thing will be applicable here. I've talked about Foreman and Muhammad Ali. It's all about styles. Accuracy in boxing is the key. We'll say taking the sting out of the punches. But the Beterbiev throws, because he's concussive. He can take you out with one punch. And then when he comes on the inside, Bivol has to pay attention, because that is how he fights. And he comes with a whole lot of body punches. His left hook to the body, his right hook, he dismantles you. In fact, he suppresses you down and pushes you to the rope. That is what Bivol will have to. Once Bivol can cancel all this and defuse all of them, his chance of winning will grow by some percentage. I'm saying this because I've seen fights all over the years. I've seen fights like Sugar Ray Robinson with Jack LaMotta. I've seen fights. These are heavy punchers. Jack LaMotta is a brow. We know him, the Raging Bull. We've seen fighters all the way and every time. When it comes to skill and power, skill has a way. And skill has a way because it comes with movement, work rate, and discipline. And defense. The defense of Bivol has to be solid here, because Beterbiev throws so many punches. His punches are all very hard. If you let him catch you with flush, you're in trouble. For you to, and his aggressiveness and the intensity he brings is something else. So you have to be aware of that. You have to pay attention to it, and then diffuse it in somehow, dissolve it, by your movement, by your tactics, by your defense as well. Body punches is the key here, because Beterbiev is used in taking people out with punches or slowing them down, terribly with the body punches. What if Bivol turns it around the other way and comes on the body punch? That is the question I always ask. What the system you use, you're so familiar with, what if it's taken away from you? Once you do that, you're taking away his soul. That is what we mean by taking people's soul. So he doesn't have another system. He doesn't have a plan B and then you can finish him. I'm not saying Bivol will knock Beterbiev out. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying that Beterbiev can be beaten. And the person who has the most likely tactics to beat him is Bivol. And Bivol have to pay attention to a lot of things. That is what we're pointing out to him. He has to frustrate Beterbiev, make him uncomfortable, by your movement, by your style, because that's why we say style. The style pays the bill. The styles you move in and out, make him reach for you. And when he's reaching, I know you have your counter left hook, which is very good as well. Bivol is a thorough boxer. Beterbiev is a thorough fighter who has been to the Olympics twice and everything. In fact, the person that eliminated him from the heavyweight title in the Olympics in London in 2012 is our man we know, Usyk, the main man, Usyk. So today we're looking at Bivol and Beterbiev, and we're also asking questions: who is better? We will see on the day of the fight. On the day of the fight, we will see. It's coming next month. It's just around the corner. It's a couple of weeks away. So we'll see what happens. And we'll see who is better. But we feel that Bivol, because of his tactics, his boxing know-how, his movement, his work rate, his solidity, his in and out fighter. He has to continue with that. If he fights the way he fights, without being any other kind of obstruction, I think he wins this fight against Beterbiev. I think he wins it by decision. That is if he fights in a certain way that we just mentioned. And use all those intelligent ways. Discipline, he has to be disciplined. He has to land. Do not let him fight you timid. Do not let him land flush on you. Be moving out. Don't stand on his way. Don't start in any particular position. We'll see you beat him in the amateurs. You can still beat him. Do have a nice day and God bless.